Yo, what's up? My name is Arushi, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Before continuing on, don't forget to like and comment, but more importantly, share and subscribe, because sharing is caring. This book follows Star Carter living between two very different worlds. The poor black neighborhood where she lives. The neighborhood has gangs, but also her father's store. It holds a very dear place in her heart. And the other world is the prep school she goes to, which contains about 98% of the white people who are really oblivious to Star's other life, where she actually lives and buys food and hangs out and plays basketball. So this book follows the aftermath of a shooting, and the shooting is Khalil, who is Star's childhood best friend, and he gets shot and he was unarmed by a police officer. Now he's also African American. If it's not obvious, Star is an African American, and Star is the sole witness to this whole ordeal, so she has to deal with many people who didn't know Khalil at all, and they're calling him names and misconstruing his whole life. She has to deal with people who are approaching her to talk to her about going to court, and that really scares her because it's understandable. You would be scared of, confronting things. And she has to deal with people at her school who just don't understand the life that she's been living for a while. And she also has to deal with people from the neighborhood. And this is a really meaningful book that made me genuinely angry about the world. It's not like I wasn't angry before, but a book like this made me so angry. I hate that these events keep happening and literally not one person has gotten convicted for it. I really hate that. It's terrible that we just can't get over racism. I just really hate all of that. But I don't hate this book. In fact, this book is so bold and honest in such a good way that you're refreshed. It's a refreshing voice to read from. This book really deals with everything in such a great way. We see a bunch of different perspectives of how people feel, and it's like, I can relate to you because I go to school with people who have these really ignorant points of view, but you have to understand that, that's how they grew up and that's what they were always around. The book itself unapologetically portrays them like that. It's just so refreshing to see a new book that is current and modern and deals with real things. These things have been going on for a really long time. Star has to deal with being the unknown witness and going to court and dealing with all these other things in her life after this. When something happens as big and as heartbreaking as this, you can't help but feel scared, but at the same time anger, or just loved or unprotected. You just feel all of these contradictory emotions that just make you more human, because as humans, that is just how we feel and that is just how we live. And this book really, really portrays Star as an amazing character in that way. The point of view is Star, and she talks to you with such a great character and a vibrant appeal that you can't help but root for her. And she just grows on you. Loyalty is so present between everyone, and especially in the gangs themselves, but there's almost gangs that aren't gangs, the friendships, but not necessarily the friendships we start off with. It's the friendships that we see evolve throughout the book. This event kind of brings the street where her dad's shop is together, and that just loyalty aspect is so unbelievable. Nevertheless, you should note that loyalty plays such a large role in this book until it doesn't, and disloyalty does take over. Overall, Angie Thomas's writing is inspiring. It's such a great book overall. I would recommend it to honestly everyone. It's so real, so modern, and I mentioned this in a booktubeathon video, but it just explores that divide so well. Honestly, it was truly dumb that the officer didn't get indicted. It was something that I was really rooting for to happen, because that just shows how much I had invested into the plot of the story, and everything was so genuine and real, and not having him indicted, sadly, in the end wasn't surprising, because that's something we see every single day. We might not have legal segregation, but it doesn't mean that we don't have segregation and racism, and the fact of the matter is people get away with these things, and it's not fair. Freaking book shows it so well, and you really do feel frustrated when you see the officer go free. Haley was annoying, problematic too, but I just want to leave it at that. But seriously, she was so annoying. Her character was needed though, I'll say that, because Star needed to overcome the phonies in her life, right? I was really surprised. I didn't see it coming that Star would just unfriend her, like, was just like, I'm cutting off all communications with you. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but it was so great to see that happen. Yeah, get the toxic people out of your life. Also liked reading about that relationship because, I mean, it was relatable. Like, how do you stop being friends with someone after so long because you realize just how problematic they are? So another thing at the end, I really like that rebuilding scene, working together and coming together after that big protest riot. It's not like they lacked that team aspect, but it was so great to see them working together. So that also brings me to my next point. The entire climax and falling action scenes, just the greatest part of the book in general. Honestly, like the last 100, 150 pages, everything was just happening so quickly, so action-packed, but at the same time it was so real, and you were like, well, I want to do this, like being a part of that protest, but then suddenly quickly it turning into a riot. It's just like real life events reflected so well. So thanks for watching. Remember to like and comment, but more importantly, share and subscribe. Sharing is caring. I hope you enjoyed. I love talking about it. Read this book. It's so great. Comment down below anything you want about this book. And yeah, see you next time. Bye!